Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Tonight I've got a really quick tip for you to help you save some money and save some worms when you are wacky rig fishing. Check this out. Okay guys, so if you are familiar with wacky rigging, you know you lose a lot of worms. It gets a little bit pricey, and even if you use those O-rings, they only help to a certain extent. But I found something recently, and this is not my original idea, but basically what you're doing, you're going to be using heat shrink tubing in place of where you would typically use an O-ring on the worm. Now, all you have to do, it's very simple. You can buy this stuff. I bought it at Harbor Freight. It was like $2.50. This is 8 feet worth, so you get quite a bit. I'd say probably cut maybe a 1/3 of an inch or so. I wouldn't probably do a full 1/2 inch of the material. And then basically all you have to do from there is feed the worm through there. I'll show you that real quick. There we go. And it does help if you kind of stretch the worm a little bit as you're going. That'll feed onto the worm a bit easier. Just a heads up, this 5/16 of an inch tubing, it works great on any of your like standard like 5-inch, you know, Senkos, Yum Dingers. It works fine. If you do use any of these fat Senkos, you're going to need a bigger tubing. The 5/16 does not fit on the fat Senko, so kind of keep that in mind. But basically, once you feed that on, you're then just going to apply a little bit of a heat. Be careful not to burn yourself or your worm. You basically just put that up against your heat shrink tubing a little bit. Shrink that down a little bit there. It doesn't take a whole lot. And that's good to go. And then basically from there, let me grab a hook. A few different ways you can do this. You can either do kind of like you would with an O-ring and go up and underneath, just like that. And that holds up a little bit better than an O-ring, but what really holds up great on this is if you put this through, I'd say maybe the top 1/3 or so of the shrink tubing and the worm, and then go through just like that. So yeah, I tested this out, and I got a lot of bites and caught several bass, lots of cast before this broke off, guys. And actually when it did broke off, the heat shrink tubing and the hook, that was all still intact, so the actual worm just finally split. But it was after a lot of casting and several bites, and I think I caught 3 or 4 small bass on it too. So, but anyways, that's just kind of a cheap and effective way if you want to do something besides using those O-rings. You don't need the O-ring tool. You don't have to worry about, you know, needle nose and all that kind of stuff to pop the O-ring on. This holds up a lot better. So hope that helps you guys out. Thank you for watching. God bless you. Get out there and catch you some big ones.